Welcome back. In focus today, the opportunities that exist in garbage. Our hashtag is Gold in Garbage. And it is not just about solid waste. There are opportunities also in other forms of waste. In Mathare, we met a group of youths who are turning human waste into biogas. Let's see how they do it and the impact of what they are doing on the society.
Hii biogas project ni project ambayo ilibuniwa kutoka na hiyo NGO ya Umande. Hiyo biogas project ambayo inatumika through waste ya binadamu kwa choo. Hiyo choo ziko hapa on our side. Choo unapata kwamba kuko na kipot. Hii pot ndio ambayo inaitwa dome. Nikitumia jina ambayo ya wale maengineer walitengeneza inaitwa dome. Hii dome ina outlet ya maji na mkojo. So unapata kwamba the more na choo za flush, watu wakiingia choo kuna hiyo waste na hiyo urinal na maji yote. So unapata kwamba the waste ina sink, afu kuna baki na hiyo maji ambayo itakuwa imefloat. Kati ambao ile uchafu inakuja kwa hiyo nini, iko na kitu kama propeller ambayo inachapatiwa as long as kusiwe na kitu ina interfere na the hiyo hole ambayo inaleta gas. So unapata kuna propeller ambayo inachapa hapa juu yake. Hiyo propeller ikitoka huku imekuwa channel kwa through pipes. So hiyo kwa channel kuna ile tap ambayo unafungua ukifunga. Ni kama tu maji. Wakati umefungua gas unaweza access gas, wakati umefunga uweze access gas. So tukileta direct mpaka kwa hii kitchen iko on my left. Hiyo ni kitchen ambayo watu hutumia kwa kupika hapa kwa site. Kwa siku jumla tuko na bana mbili, unapata watu kama 20 wanza kuja kupika. Na unapata kwamba pia kuna ile process ya mtu kupika. Ile chakula mtu anapika, hujui ni gani anakuja kupika. So kuna ile duration ya kuiva kwa chakula inachukua pia time. By the time mtu akuje mwingine unajua ni queue utakuwa unapanga sasa line. But kuna watu wanapika.
The goodness of this gas is you actually kwa mafuta ya taa, you can realize una need for instance, mimi nina need mafuta ya taa ya 50 shillings every day. Because I need to make it in the morning, inafaa nichemshe maji ya kuoga, inafaa nipike lunch, I need to make supper. So you kufanya calculation ya maybe hiyo sasa hata ni approximate 50 shillings per day, yeah. So and then unapiga calculation ya 50 shillings per week, then do it per month. This is a lot of money. Now
Chai imepikwa na biogas. Hiyo ni
Currently, if you look at the composition of waste that is generated in urban centers in Kenya, between 50 and 80% of it is organic waste. That fraction, whether it's 50 to 80, most of it can be composted and some of the rest can be recycled. So we are talking of between 20% and 30% of waste which could find its way to the dump site, for example. So these dump sites are still going to be useful and we have to develop them. However, we want to move again from just open disposal to where we can have a facility which we can license, and that would be a landfill. What we'll then do is that we are going to reduce the amount of waste which is going to the landfill. By recycling, obviously, what we are doing is first we are saving the environment, because most of this waste will go and pollute the environment. It produces methane and other gases which are polluting. Number two, we save energy, because by recycling, materials that would be used for production, or the energy which would be used to produce new materials will be saved. Number 3, recycling creates jobs. Because the youth, for example, right now we have programs in NEMA that we support youth in capacity building for recycling. And there is a lot of employment in that. Although it looks quite informal, some of them are getting good living out of it.
Experts say all that can only be harnessed if there is proper solid waste management and if there is public awareness. Now, the city county has been under fire for leaving the city to look like this, but authorities concerned say it will no longer be business as usual.
You find that because of this multiplicity of actors, the control becomes difficult. And that is why the study on integrated waste management that was funded by the Japanese government as a technical assistance to the Nairobi city county government came up with a proposal that the element of waste collection needs to be reorganized. That Nairobi is not so that big. We only have 684 square kilometers. And these 684 square kilometers, those who habit that space generates about 2,400. With 2,400 tons of waste generation, Nairobi could be divided into 9 operational zones. And these 9 operational zones, you'll find that hardly do we have one unit which generates close to 200 tons of waste. So if you have actually a unit where about 200 tons of waste is generated, you can give it to one private waste collection company with a capacity of, say, for example, 10 vehicles, 10 trucks with over 15 tons, and that will be competent enough to respond to the daily generation.
I think one of the things of sustainable development goals is to, first of all, be able to look at issues of beyond today. Can this kind of garbage be sustainable in terms of the people who are staying around? What are we doing in terms of renewability? How can we stay beyond this kind of nature? Are we having a sustainable ecosystem in this place? The answer is no. And I think in terms of sustainability, we should look at what are the opportunities here, what are the impacts we are making by having this garbage here, what are the other things that are making the livelihoods of these people become better? And the answer is no. These people are not any better.
Manufacturers, suppliers, retailers, markets like supermarkets sampling this have a role to play too in recycling.
Like here in Nakumatt, we encourage customers to use this bag. This bag it's big, and you can use many items as you are shopping. Again, you can.
It means you are using less paper.
You are using less paper bags. Then you can use it next time as your shopping bag. So you'll be using as a shopping bag.
Okay. So at this container, this is for plastic containers. So I throw in the plastic containers. This is also plastic. Plastic. I have to put this inside. This is plastic. Metal cans, I don't have any. Cardboards. This is for cardboards, and this is for glass. But you'll be shocked what you find here. Talk of attitude. Instead of a person reading here and knowing what to throw here, you find they're throwing in all manner of waste. You find here glass, plastics, paper, and that's actually what we are talking about, change of attitude. There is need to have a change of attitude.
I think this is something that Kenyans need to start embracing so that we can manage our waste a bit better. I think when we drive around, when we walk around, we see so much, especially of plastic waste. I think we found a way to get collection points where we can have this waste brought.
Gold in garbage, that is our hashtag, and the interaction continues on social media. Let's now sample your views.
A tweet under the handle Anonymous Kenya says, the first problem is that there is no organized form of garbage collection. He claims that even cartels want to control this. Mwangala says educate communities on the importance of recycling. Benjo has some advice. Help in recycling by sorting the garbage. Don't mix plastics with other waste. Greyforce writes, let's make it expensive to waste and attach value to waste. Caroline Kauri believes that separating garbage at source will ensure availability of clean, reusable and recyclable material. Bet Robert adds that the responsibility of recycling begins with us. But Husika Kenya argues that there is need for political will in support of recycling. Kariuki Nyaga believes that recycling can be a boon to organic farming. And Geoffrey Kaboy says, quote, I have been part of the ignorant society regarding garbage, but I have resolved from this year to change, end quote. And that's the inbox. For the Chamwada Report, I am Robert Randall.
So you've seen it, you've heard it. Policymakers have a role to play. Implementers have a role to play. You have a role to play too. Remember the 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle. And that's where we ended today. We are glad you watched. Remember to continue this conversation. Our hashtag is Gold in Garbage. Bye-bye for now.